What's going on, guys? If you didn't know, the NHL playoff teams are set. They should be drafting for the non-playoff teams. Unfortunately, that includes my Detroit Red Wings. And you know what, guys? I was going to spin the wheel to choose a team, but I'm still so upset from last night's loss. I'm going to take the Red Wings here, try and win the Stanley Cup in this fantasy draft. Also, too, guys, just for fun here, I'm actually going to set Simonton scoring to high, just to kind of test it out. I saw a lot of people saying they wanted me to do that for my next franchise. We'll test it out in this video to see what kind of numbers players put up. And real quick, guys, before we get started with the draft, if you could leave a thumbs up on this video just to, make me feel better about the Red Wings missing the playoffs. I'd really appreciate it. And now next, you guys, I'll close my eyes, click Y a bunch of times. I'm thinking, honestly, a high pick's probably bad because we can't get McDavid, Matthews, McKinnon, etc. And we're picking 22. Okay, so yeah, like I said, that actually might work out better for this team since most of the best players are on playoff teams. Again, we can only take players on non-playoff teams, so we'll see what we got at 22. Cider just went at 21. Interesting. Tkachuk there, Yossi, Stützle, Jack Hughes have been nice for us. Let's see, who else could we even have taken here? Most of the top players we literally cannot take. I think Connor Bedard, I guess, number 4, 85 high franchise. That's crazy. So yeah, Jack Hughes would have been the best one for us. Let's take a look and see who's available. Aho cannot take. Could take Sid the Kid. Could also take Kaprizov there. In my Minnesota Wild franchise series, though, he didn't do the best. Can't take Point, Nylander, Barkov. Literally, it's either Crosby or Dahlin. Crosby's 36. He might still be available for a while. I wouldn't mind maybe getting like a true number 1 here. Rasmus Dahlin. You know what? I don't usually take him in fantasy drafts. We'll try him here. I'm thinking, too, could potentially get Sid. Yeah, Sid's still there with our second round pick. So probably going to go him. This dude just became 10th all time in scoring. I feel like, pretty safe pick taking him round 2. So we got our first line center. We got our number 1 defenseman. I feel like the 2 most important positions. Letang there we could get. Other than, I guess, Zuccarello, Carlson. I feel like Carlson going to put up a lot more points than Letang. Could also get Lone Couture there. Alex Tuch, Shabbat. We actually have some choices now. I mean, Carlson with Dahlin, little Swedish duo. Carlson, of course, very offensive, puts up points. I'm not sure if we could have maybe waited for him, but basically just, going for the guys I think are going to do well for us. Could take a quick look here at goaltenders. So, Markstrom, we could get Jari. After that, Montembeault's the next best one. Again, I just never feel like it's worth taking a goalie with an early pick in the fantasy draft. So, next here, we don't need the Tang. We probably do need more of a sniper. Could also take like Jonas Brodin here, just have a really solid defense. Spurgeon's available. Malkin there to play with Crosby. Ovi, of course, cannot take. As Capitals eliminated the Red Wings, like I said, I'm still so salty.
Gonna cry.
Honestly, guys, for this next pick, I'm thinking Jonas Brodin. Gonna have a really solid top 4. Also, too, the entire defense so far is Swedish. Maybe I'll take another Swede here just to complete that. So, could take Spurgeon. Could literally take his D partner. Our top 4 would be nasty. Could take Letang, too. As he is 1 overall higher, 3 years older, but 1 year sim probably won't matter. Could take Giroux to play with Sid. Would be kind of funny. They used to kind of hate each other there during the rivalry. You know what? Yeah, we'll take Giroux, and reason being, we could take Letang or Spurgeon potentially with our next pick. Again, round out the nasty top 4. So, I think Spurgeon's gone, but Letang is still there. So, we'll have Letang playing with Brodin. We'll have Carlson playing with Dahlin. I think, yeah, the top 4 is nasty. Now, we do need like another first-line forward. Jeff Skinner, I believe, is a sniper. He is. Him playing with Crosby Giroux could be like a career year for him. Could also take Malkin, who's still there. He's 37. Could Malkin hang around for like another pick? Skinner's got the $9 million contract, though. I'm not sure, which one of those guys is going to be valued more. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to take Malkin just because I think Skinner's $9 million probably will turn off some teams. Luckily, we do have an early 8th round pick. Skinner's gone. All right. Huberdeau's still there, though. Same with Patty Kane, Taylor Hall. I feel like Huberdeau's $10.5 million is definitely going to turn off some teams. Let's take Taylor Hall, 31 years old, not a terrible contract. And then if Patty Kane's available next, we could take him. Could also take Huberdeau. Kane's gone. Huberdeau's still there. Raquel could also take. Basically just essentially drafting a Penguins team at this point. Now, cap space doesn't matter during the draft. It only matters once you start the season. So might as well just take Huberdeau. Maybe he can bounce back. I'm noticing like we have a ton of playmakers. I'm kind of wishing I took Skinner instead of Malkin. But Malkin does have like a zone ability where Skinner does not. Yanni Gourde could be like a really good 3rd-line center for us. I think, yeah, he's the pick here. Again, since we have such a stacked top 4D, I'll probably literally wait till like, the 2nd and 3rd last picks to get the bottom D pair. Maybe I'll take them before the 4th line. Torrey Krug could get there. Obviously, St. Louis missed. Alex Plorum's on the Ducks. Kim Atkinson here is a sniper. Nyquist we can't take, he's on Nashville. So Atkinson might be a good player to take. Again, trying to like find some snipers. Could also take Jordan Eberle here. Oh, he's actually listed as a playmaker, not a sniper. Okay, so we'll take Atkinson also too. We're about halfway through the draft now. Still don't have a starting goalie. Actually, more than halfway through. Let's see. Binnington wouldn't be terrible. Could also take Fleury. Binnington, though, 30, won't like drop in rating as fast. Let's take Benner here, take a chance on him. And now next year, guys, I'm trying to think, like, for the third line, we could have Killorn reunited with Yanni Gourde. That'd be pretty cool, so we'll take him. And now next year, we need one more third line player. Could just take Jordan Eberle, maybe reunite him with Taylor Hall. Could also take Riley Smith. Again, he's a sniper, which we don't really have. I'm just thinking for chemistry, like, we're already going to have so many playmakers. Mikael Granlund, we could also take. He actually had a pretty decent year with the Sharks, considering how bad they were. Pacioretty we can't take because Capitals made it in. I'm hemming and hawing here, Smith and Eberle. You know what? Even though Eberle's a playmaker, we already have so many Penguins. Let's take Eberle. He's one overall higher. I feel like this team's just going to be all kinds of playmakers. No one's going to shoot the puck, but you never know. Maybe it'll actually work out for us. So now, I guess we go... Do we go Perron? Have a really good fourth line? Or we start adding the bottom deep here? I think we look at defense now because the fourth line, especially if the coach has rule 3 lines, is barely going to play. Gudas, a lot of physicality, obviously playing for the Ducks right now, so can't take him. And now our next defenseman here, I don't even know. Who do we take? Jeff Petrie was on the Red Wings, so could take him, could take Sherratt. Sherratt's got the shot blocking X factor. What's Petrie give us? Nothing. So we're taking Ben Sherratt, I think. I mean, again, the salary doesn't matter in the draft, luckily, so him and Gudas bottom pair. That's going to be a very physical one. And then next year, guys, just need a fourth line and a backup goalie. I mean, Perron, I think is a two-way forward. He'll be fine. He's actually, honestly, pretty good there for a fourth line forward. Need a centerman and a left winger. For our centerman here, guys, I'm thinking Lars Eller, another Penguins player. Like I said, they actually had, a bunch of decent players. A lot of older guys, too, which I think is why they're still available in the fantasy draft. I almost took Kyle Okposo here, but he, of course, was traded to the Florida Panthers. Nick Foligno's on Chicago. I feel like, a veteran guy. He'll be a good fourth liner. So all we need now is our backup goalie. Like I said, I'm not too sure about this team. It was actually kind of a tough challenge. I eliminated half the players and a bunch of, good players because the 16 teams making the playoffs have a lot better players than the 16 teams that are missing. Fleury's still available, so run a tandem of him and Binnington. They'll each play like 40 games. I feel like let's not overthink it. Yeah, that's actually really solid. As you can see our picks here, guys, again, went Dahlin with the first pick, which is definitely an interesting choice. Hopefully this squad plays well for us. And I just finished ending the lines, guys. I'll show you what the team is looking like. Honestly, I'm actually pretty optimistic after, messing with the lines and seeing the chemistry we're getting. Check this out. We get +5 the entire top 6. We got Huberdeau there playing with Crosby and Giroux. Obviously, Huberdeau trying to, revitalize his career, playing with a couple stars. We'll see if we can do that. Second line, we got Hall and Eberle reunited with Malkin in the middle. That could be nasty. Third line there, you got Killorn and Gourde reunited with Atkinson on the right wing. Fourth line there is Perron, Eller, Foligno. They get a +3 even. Defensively is so nasty. The entire top 4 gets a +5, similar to the top 6 forwards. Again, Dahlin and Karlsson, the Swedish duo, is on the top pair. Kind of crazy. I'm pretty sure when Dahlin was in the draft, a lot of people are comparing him to Karlsson and Nick Lidstrom, saying he skated like Karlsson and he saw the game like Lidstrom, I think. Looking like he'll probably be closer to Karlsson too than Lidstrom in his career, but still, pretty good comparable. Second pairing there, you got Letang and Brodin. Again, getting a +5. Bottom pair, Sherratt and Gudas. Unfortunately, it's a -2, but honestly, considering how good that top 4 is going to be, it should be fine. Goaltending, we got Fleury, Binnington there as the tandem. Binnington's younger, so I don't really care who plays more, just whoever's playing better. Hopefully, the coach rides the hot hand. Power play 1 gets a +5. Looks pretty nasty, I think. Power play 2 as well is looking solid. Again, +5 chem. The chemistry this team's getting is crazy. Foreman power play 1's +5. Second unit there's a 0, but it's not that bad. PK 1, you get +3. You got Gourde, Killorn, Eller, Perron. Also get a +3. Crosby, Foligno. So I don't think any negative chemistry except for, the third 3-man's a -1. But it's tough to get positive chemistry in all the 3-mans. So overall, very happy with that. I think we just got really lucky getting given a coach who fit our players. You can see there, A- overall. Teaching specialty, generalist, staff chemistry, 80%. So yeah, like I said, I think we just got lucky. Also, too, if you guys are curious in terms of the captaincy, of course, had to give Sid the C, then I also gave Giroux and Karlsson both A's, 2 former captains. Could have also, given it to Foligno, another former captain, but not quite the same pedigree as the other 2 guys. So before we get started here, guys, with the sim, you'll see Crosby leading scorer, 7.6 games so far in the preseason. Currently 4-1-1. Take a look at our ratings here. We got 95 offense, 92 defense, 84 goaltending. You got Aho, Sorokin, and Anderson on the Boston Bruins. Should be a fun year. And now I'm sitting through the trade deadline here, guys. Check this out. Vancouver Canucks traded Noah Hanifin, Ryan Hartman, Carson Soucy, Akira Schmid for a first-round pick, Fedotov, and Hunter Height, which is actually kind of funny. 2 wild prospects there. Going back the other way. I guess that was a big trade at the deadline. Also here, Edmonton gets a first-round pick and a prospect for Arvidsson Mantha, 3rd and 4th. And the Florida Panthers get Brady Shea for Ponomarev, Iorio, 3rd-round pick. So some big trades, but nothing crazy. All right, guys, rounding the season here with a record of 48-31-3. So the team played very well. You can see in this sim, Montreal actually gets the better of them in that final game. Looking at the standings, we got second place there, 99 points. Lightning finishing first in the division. First NHL is actually the Sharks. You know it's a fantasy draft, and the Sharks win the President's Trophy. So take a look and see how everyone did on the season. Leading scorer there was Crosby, 82 and 82, 41 goals, 41 assists. If you guys didn't know too, Crosby set a record for the most ever point per game seasons at 19, which is also 19 consecutive seasons. Just incredible. And behind him, you guys' longtime teammate there, Malkin, put up 73. Pretty impressive because he's doing that with second line minutes, 17, 23. Crosby there, about 21. Huberdeau at 70 on the first line. Hall 66. Eberle. Giroux only 65. Interesting. All right. I mean, overall, though, it's the entire top six. Dahlin at 55, our number one defenseman. Karlsson only 47. Maybe because he's playing Dahlin, he's taking away some points from him. I'm not sure. Looking at Karlsson, maybe the passing stat could be a bit higher to make him produce a bit more. Yanni Gourde at almost 50 points, third line center. He's also playing, I think, power play and PK, so that's probably why. Atkinson, 41. That's pretty good for third liner. Letang, 40. Yeah, overall, I think this team definitely produced about what you'd expect. In terms of the goaltending, Binnington here got a bit more starts. Save percentage 904. He also had 5 shutouts, so gotta make sure he's starting in the playoffs. And now look at the entire league here, guys. Wow, Simmons and scoring's on high, and the leading scorer is Matthews with 109. That's crazy. McDavid 106, Kucherov, Pastrnak, Scheifele, Fiala had a big year. Same with Hintz. Suzuki, Stone. In terms of goals, obviously Matthews there, 64. No surprises. McCarr, 90 points. Leads all defensemen. Goaltending stats, you got Freddie Anderson there, 43 wins. Best save percentage for a starter. I think Aiden Hill down at the bottom with a 915 on the Flyers. And then the lowest goals against here, it's actually all backups. Until you get to Aiden Hill, is one off the page, 285. And I'm assuming Connor Bedard, no. Marco Rossi, 69 points with the Penguins. Jeez, Cooley second, Bedard third. And now in the first round of the playoffs, guys, we're going to have a original 6 matchup, Red Wings versus Leafs. Obviously, both teams are completely different. Like, we only have, I think, Perron and Sherratt from the actual Red Wings team. We'll see if the Leafs here have any former Maple Leafs. So, Sharon Govich there on the top line. Cousins, Mark Stone. Mark Stone was actually top, 10 in scoring this year, which is kind of crazy. VC's a second liner for them. Granlund, Joseph. What a weird kind of setup. Byfield, third line. I feel like Zach Benson, I'd definitely rather have on the second line than Jimmy Vesey. Now, in terms of the defense, they got Dylan. McAvoy's their number 1, so that's solid. Jaracek, Lundqvist. Kuhlman's only a 74. Drysdale. Goaltending, they got Wallstedt and Drieger. We are so much better than this team. We better win. So here you go, guys. First 2 games are in Detroit. Hopefully can win at least one. We actually win the first game there. And the second, 6-5 in OT. Head to Toronto now, game 3 and 4. 5-3 loss, 6-1 win. Just have to win one of these next 3. We're moving on to round 2. And there we go. Beat the Leafs in 5. So, like I said at the beginning of the video, making up for the Red Wings falling 1 point short of the playoffs. We actually got the Lightning now in round 2. Leading scorer so far, Sid the Kid, almost averaging 2 points a game right now in the playoffs. I'm not gonna lie, I really hope the Penguins can make the playoffs again. Like, Sidney Crosby is just too good for the game of hockey to, keep missing like they had the last couple of years. But looking at the Lightning here, Kent Johnson up to an 86 playing first line with Stevenson, Reinhart, Kachuk's on the second. Very interesting decision here by the Lightning. Overall, just some weird roster decisions in this sim. You got Dvorak in the middle and Marchessault. I mean, this team, I think, definitely has a better forward group. Defensively, Ekholm Hamilton's not a bad top pair. Severson Harris, Clevin there, Svozil. They got Anderson starting, Sogard backing him up. I mean, their bottom D pair, 79-75. I feel like we can definitely take advantage of that. And so here we go, guys, in round 2. First 2 games are in Tampa. 4-3 OT win, 3-2 OT loss. All right, so close game here with the Lightning. Back at home, 6-5 loss, another 1-goal game. 4-2 wins. We're all tied up here, 2 apiece. Game 5, 4-2 loss. Have to win these next 2. Unfortunately, losing 6 to the Lightning. I thought this team was good enough. I thought we were pretty stacked top to bottom. After the 2 rounds there, Malkin over a point per game. Unfortunately, just got unlucky in the playoff sim. And now the playoffs are complete, guys. The Vegas Golden Knights actually won the Stanley Cup, so I'll have to take a look and see what that team was looking like. Draft lottery, Arizona picks first overall. Vancouver was picking number 2 with the Florida pick. Very interesting. All right, so Vegas here, Kaprizov, who played well for them apparently. Let's see what he did in the playoffs. 31 points, 26 games. Why did Kaprizov never do that for us in the Wild franchise? Larkin as well was on that team, so good for him. He wins the Stanley Cup. I'm happy. Logan Couture, even I'm happy for him. I think he was out all year with an injury. Morgan Riley, Konechny, Skinner, Matheson, Wilson, Andrew Copp, Dumoulin. I mean, yeah, this team's actually kind of nasty. Who do they have in net? Samsonov. That's why you don't draft a goalie. 82 Samsonov. They go on to win the Stanley Cup. I mean, that's good news for Leafs fans. It shows you you could get this cup done even with Samsonov being your starter. Now look at the rest of the playoff stats. Crosby also had 12 points. Eberle, I mean, captain clutch there, had just under point per game. Huberdeau and Hall each had 9. So overall, not terrible. Let's see what Benner do for us. A 900 rate on. I mean, can't blame him. But definitely wasn't stealing us any games, anything like that. Playoff tree here, Vegas. Beat the Flames in 7, Blackhawks in 7, Stars in 7, Lightning in 5. So at least we lost to the best team in the Eastern Conference. Finally here, guys, let's take a look at the awards. So team awards, like I said, President's Trophy, San Jose Sharks, so funny. Matthews there wins the Art Ross. Also got the Hart with the Dallas Stars. Makar, James Norris, so he still wins it even with the Ducks. Shifley, Lady Bang. Cooley, Calder. Kaprizov, Conn Smythe. Again, can't believe that. Aiden Hill there at the Vezina. Vasilevsky, the William Jennings. Now on the Senators. You got Willander actually making the Coyotes team, winning the Bill Masterton. Dallas coach Jack Adams. Barkov, Selke. Matthews, Ted Lindsay. And also Maurice Richard. So big year for Matthews, big year for Vegas. Unfortunately, we fall in round 2. Still felt like we built a pretty good team, and like I said, just got unlucky in the sim. But if you guys enjoyed this one, leave that thumbs up. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.